what kind of retweaking will you have to do now to make it more effective, given the fact that you have, number one, social media, and number two, it doesn't seem to be working as well as we want it to be
I know. I agree with you, Abby. I mean,
Kasi merong gumagamit din ng social media for their own purposes,
It's true.
di ba?
Correct, yes.
It's true. I mean, a candidate has about 29,000 posts a month, about
Yeah.
1,000 posts a day. How can you actually counter that? You're very correct. Has it something to do with the culture of the Filipino? And I was discussing that with one of the sisters who I was at the radio interview 2 nights ago. It's like we try to, during our voters education campaign, try to tell them that the temporary things which the voter can provide you with, groceries, scholarships, etc., and that which they can provide to your children, so that they're able to make a distinction. Yung panandali ang pangangailangan, kasi nga, kahiya-hiya naman, kapitbahay mo, hindi mo iboboto, no? At yung mga pangkinabukasan, so we try to make a distinction. But you know, the Filipino does not want to be preached at. And we have to be very positive when we do our campaign. So that we don't, you know, it's very difficult for the PPCRV to be self-righteous and say, yan lang iboto mo.
So this is something you actually encounter, this
We
problem.
encounter definitely, and
That
we
people
want to,
will tell you, you don't know what we need.
oh, they tell us that, and then they tell us so many things as well. But then we tell them that.
I want to ask you about that, so many other things.
So one
as
of the
well.
things later on, Ed, they, you know, frankly speaking, people, you know how in 2016, I'm sorry, in the 2016 elections, how many friends have you unfriended because of politics? And so that kind of historical perspective, no, and historically candidates would their campaign finance would focus on election lawyers. That's why election lawyers really, at the same time, poll watchers. Over the years, it was vote buying, how much per person, how much per family. But this time, with the advent of technology, with very little costs, you can actually campaign. And they say that they're volunteers. They're not paid trolls or whatever. So how do you counter that? And how do you actually be not too preachy about your right to suffrage? We have focus group discussions. We ask them exactly what do the voters want. What do they want to
But
hear?
I don't think the problem is being being preachy. I think you're at that point that I think the real problem is the platform itself, because you can have the best quality news, and it is out there. Yeah, you have the best quality information out there. It is fact-checked even internally on the level of the organization, which is how it should be, but it just doesn't get around. I don't think also it's a matter of people not wanting it. It's just that it's not showing up on your feed, it doesn't lend itself to virality, and so on. So if one of the big problems here is the platform itself, let's say Facebook, how much of your initiatives are dealing directly with this same tiger or dragon that you are also riding?
Well, we try to at least check that PH is on all the social media platforms that we can be on. So aside from the website, we do have a Facebook page, we have a Twitter account. We're about to launch the Instagram as well. So we do try to attack it from those fronts. It is a challenge.
What should people watch out for when it comes to looking out for fake news? Red flags, what should get my attention and make me say,
I think
you're
the
not good?
first thing they should doubt when memes come out, I mean, they should have not only to depend on fact-checking websites, but also have a more critical attitude when hearing all these claims made by candidates and looking at whether, for example, if one claim only comes out in one particular blog and you can't find it anywhere else on the internet, that should already alert them that there's a red flag here. That
Pero
is-
wise yung iba. I mean, I would see fake stories come out in several
At the same time, yeah.
strange sounding blogs.
Right, right.
Tsaka hindi ba magkakaroon? I mean, we've had this discussion. You're trying to check fake news now. What happens when you now get fake fact checkers?
Which is why we're trying to create a brand so that they know that not all fact-checking institute or organizations can be trusted, or not all fact checking people who claim that they're fact checking are nonpartisan. So in a way, that's one of the things that we're hoping people realize, that even the fact checkers, they look at the brand, if the members can be trusted, if they do have like a record of fact checking. Most of our members are members of the International Fact Checking Network. So they are assured not just locally, but also internationally, they are recognized as credible fact checkers. So that's one thing that's going for check.ph.
Can people fact check your fact checks? Is there a process there?
I think they did. I think that already happened.
Well, they can actually, that's why there's a claims form that they can actually question a fact check. Plus the fact that even among us, that's why there's a correction system, so that if we have more information about a fact check that's been made, then we can add information, so it's not static. So we don't also, claim to be infallible. So, but we do correct ourselves when we, call each other's attention if we see that, that one needs more data, or more verification.